So, I ask you now, ladies and gentlemen, are you going to put up with this? You have a criminal, illegitimate government that's been captured and taken over by offshore central banks that are openly announcing a world government and the end of every nation's sovereignty so that no nation can stand up to their supremacy. And you've got in Europe and the United States and in England giant groups of illegal aliens that have been brought in who are then filled full of hatred of the nation and are being used as a political weapon, who are threatening to burn down U.S. cities if they're not given complete and total amnesty. This is the death of the republic that we are talking about if these individuals are able to get away with this. Just imagine what would happen if Tea Party individuals, if 200-plus Tea Party people marched with torches, set fire to buildings, and knocked out the windows of 18 businesses and physically attacked people. That's buried in some of the articles. Physically attacked people. Arson is attempted murder. If I lit a torch, Alex Jones, and I walked to downtown Austin, which I would never do, and set fire to businesses full of people, I would be charged with attempted murder, and I should be charged with attempted murder. You talk about pitchforks and torches. Going back to Europe, you know, the population was disarmed, so they used fire as a weapon. Now, you've got the media saying that the Tea Partiers and anybody that wants to audit the Fed are terrorists. You've got the Army being trained to take on Tea Partiers in drills where mock Tea Party individuals, played by the police, pose as terrorists that want to kill the military. You have the military and the police being taught this literal fable. You have a militia, to add weight to this, busted and clearly set up because one guy shot his mouth off and said one day we may have to have a war with the government. And the media for a month has been shaking in its boots and teaching everyone to be in fear and to climb under their beds from the boogeyman of the militias and gun owners. Meanwhile, you've got groups beating people up in San Francisco, setting fire to buildings in Santa Cruz, attacking police with heavy objects, cans of Coca-Cola, and their fist, and the police stand down in Phoenix, Arizona, and the media plays it down. And on May Day, you have a crude moron bomb with propane and some fireworks and what looks like a children's clock set up in Times Square, and the media is acting like Godzilla just came out of the Atlantic Ocean and destroyed New York City, teaching you to just shake and quake in fear. And first they said Al-Qaeda did it, and then an Israeli front group put out a video that's been proven to be fake, and now they admit, okay, it wasn't Al-Qaeda or Taliban, and, oh, we're looking at Tea Partiers. Was it right-wingers? It was May 1st. It was May 1st. It was Communist Day. Now, was some commie provocateur, like a FBI informant out of Austin a few years ago, provocateured an attempted firebombing at the RNC in Minneapolis, St. Paul? That's come out that they completely provocateured that? We don't know. But why isn't the media putting 2 + 2 day one? I mean, I saw this news Saturday evening, and I said it's a May Day. If it isn't staged, it's a commie. But the news said Al-Qaeda, Iran, Pakistan, we've got to have war. They're behind it. Ahmadinejad, he's done it. And then I was listening to the press conference yesterday with the commissioner, chief of police, and the dumbfounded governor up there. And the media over and over again said, do we need to put restrictions on propane? Do we need to make you have a license to have gasoline? And the police said, we're looking at that. Oh, my gosh, let's have a license in every home that has natural gas coming into it, because every once in a while somebody strikes a match and leaves the gas on and the house blows up. Let's ban cars, because somebody might use a car as a weapon, and they do. Let's ban baseball bats. Thousands a year are killed in North America alone with baseball bats. Let's ban 2x4s. Let's have a waiting period on everything. That's the message, is be a bunch of ninnying cowards, shake in your boots. Be afraid of everything. Be very afraid. We've got to ban or restrict something or the terrorist will get us. Oh, my gosh, Al-Qaeda, save us from Al-Qaeda. Meanwhile, I did a search this morning and found a bunch of other articles from Texas and New York and Florida where windows got knocked out and banks got attacked. I don't know why the communists are attacking banks. That's who's financing you. But it's all here in the news. In fact, here's another one. Albuquerque banks hit by brazen vandals. Just pouring in with the media doing everything they can to cover this up. People running around saying, we're going to murder you with axes. We're going to burn down your cities. We're going to engage in the plan of San Diego to kill all whites. We're going to get you. We're for communism. We're going to burn down buildings. And the media, in this particular ABC newscast, they interviewed two people going, well, folks are upset. They got a few things to be mad about. I'm kind of proud of what they did. That's right. Families in a restaurant that barely escaped the flames. I mean, you know, you need to kill a few yuppies. I mean, this is wonderful. I'm politically correct. I think this is beautiful what they did. This is totally sick.
I say I shot the sheriff, but I swear it was.
So you get a diffused dud car bomb on May Day in Times Square, New York City. You get illegals rioting and beating people up all over the nation, attacking police, and it's not a national news story. It basically goes into the memory hole. And you have Santa Cruz with people attacking 18 businesses and setting fires. The police were completely overwhelmed because they knew that they were going to have this march, but the police just didn't send any extra officers because you can only send those to the bingo playing Tea Partiers. You know, mainly old men and old ladies out there that are so deadly dangerous. They don't want their pension funds taken for banker bailouts. You've got to have riot police there on hand and sniper teams and sound cannon weapons and sometimes regular army out there for the Tea Parties. But you can't have it for the illegal aliens. No, sir. And you can't have it in the national news. Well, this will become national news if you get this article up at prisonplanet.com. Pro-illegal immigration thugs terrorize Santa Cruz. Corporate media shrugs. And then the sub-headline says, imagine the national uproar if 200 Tea Partiers had gone on a rampage with burning torches. The alternative media must get this story out because then the article ties in to some of the other violence that has popped up around the country, like San Francisco. In fact, does Watson have the San Francisco part in here? Call Watson, have him add the ABC News headline, thousands across Bay Area protest Arizona immigration law. And in that article, it talks about the immigrant rights supporters followed Tea Partiers to a BART station on Market Street and started punching and kicking them and calling them names. This was all caught on video. And then it just goes on from there, other physical attacks. We need to put it all up there. And we can't track all this. There's too much of it. So send it to showtips@infowars.com if it was locally on your news with the illegal alien racist attacking the devil gringo. Just randomly. Oh, you're an evil American. Let me punch you in the face. Oh, let me burn down your business with your, oh, you got families in a restaurant eating dinner. Here, let's just pour gasoline on the front door and torch the place. Oh, there you go. It's civil rights. Oh, how cute, how sweet. And where is the media looking at the number one suspects of the failed truck bomb? May Day. This happened on May Day. And we now have a white male standing by the car, suspiciously changing his shirt. He does look suspicious. I've watched the video. And then he sneakily looks back at the blue truck, the blue SUV, as he sneaks off seconds before the fire starts in it. Are they going to say he's a Tea Partier? Are we bracing for that? Is that what's going to happen? Who knows? We're going to find out soon enough. You can be assured of that, unless it was a real communist attempted bombing, and then you'll never hear about it. But if they can set up some conservative or libertarian, you better believe you're going to hear it. But you're not seeing this on the national news. Right after illegal aliens attack police and citizens outside the Arizona Capitol building, this is the types of things they had to say.